dedicated to the grind and dedicated to you. That's why we do what we do. This is Power Grind Boxing. Kenny Porter, legendary trainer, says that Terence Bud Crawford is not gonna lose for the rest of his career. Yeah, you heard that right, boxing fans, Power Grind Nation, what's going on? This is the wide world of boxing. Now, when we think about Kenny Porter, that is a name that's synonymous with boxing wisdom. Now, he always knew that Terence Bud Crawford was destined to be a great boxer, and their journey began super early. I'm talking about in the amateurs of Crawford's career, because he had a great son named Sean Porter, and they both came up in the amateurs together. So Kenny Porter saw firsthand the raw talent and the unyielding determination that basically shaped Terence Bud Crawford's legendary career. So then we fast forward to the pros, right? Crawford has shown nothing but brilliance that has reached levels that they're just not going to reach that level. You understand what I'm saying? In 2021, Porter, despite his respect for Crawford, he believed that his own son, Sean Porter, could be the fighter to challenge Crawford for supremacy, for boxing dominance, right? So they clashed, they went together. And man, as the rounds progressed, Crawford showed you why he was the best. Ultimately, it culminated into a 10th round victory over two-time welterweight champion Showtime Sean Porter. So, basically, Kenny Porter witnessed Crawford's victory, right? And he found it hard to believe that Crawford could do it again. Even though he beat Sean Porter, he found it very difficult to believe that Crawford could do it again against the conquering lion, Errol Spence Jr. And I call him the conquering lion because he did what no other champion has done. He went to each door, saw a champion behind that door who had a belt, and then he took that belt. He went over to Sheffield, England. He broke Kell Brook's face and took his belt. He went and took Sean Porter's WBC belt. Then he went and he took your Dennis Ugas belt and broke his face. You got what I'm saying? So then, July 29th, Errol Spence Jr. was facing Terence Bud Crawford. And Kenny Porter said that Errol, his work rate was too much for Terence Crawford. He said that Errol Spence was too big for Terence Crawford. He expected Errol Spence Jr. to conquer the welterweight division and become undisputed at 147 pounds. But guess what happened? Crawford didn't do what Kenny Porter thought he was going to do, which is lose. Because Crawford turned what was to be expected to be a closely contested battle into a one-sided masterclass. I have never seen Bud Crawford look that strong, and I have never seen Errol Spence Jr. look that weak. You understand what I'm saying? But this is neither here nor there. Crawford came out victorious, and Kenny Porter was just completely in shock. You know what I'm saying? Now, having observed Crawford's climb to become a 3-division champion and undisputed titleist in 2 weight classes, Kenny Porter, he's like, hey, yeah, man. In his eyes, no other fighter comes close to Terence Bud Crawford on this planet. Yeah, you heard that right. He said that. He's like, look, if you got King Kong or Godzilla, my thoughts are now Bud. I was like, what? I'm just saying. That's crazy right there. So basically, Kenny Porter, he has a monstrous set of thoughts. And his set of thoughts is basically an allegiance to Terence Bud Crawford, because Terence Bud Crawford made Kenny Porter a believer. And Crawford seeks to cement his legacy into, I'm going to say, boxing Hall of Fame amongst the biggest names. Because he was already going to be a Hall of Famer. But now he's trying to put himself into the stratosphere of boxing. I'm talking about the highest of the high. I'm talking about Canelo Alvarez, Jamal Charlo getting ready to fight, right? But Kenny Porter believes in the power of Terence Bud Crawford. So whether or not Terence Bud Crawford steps up in weight to face either Jamal Charlo or Canelo Alvarez, Kenny Porter envisions a future where Terence Bud Crawford rides off into the sunset with no O on, he just keeping the O. You know what I'm saying? With no flaw against that O. You know how when people say that O gotta go, Kenny Porter believes that Terence Bud Crawford is never gonna lose that O. He see him retiring undefeated. You're like, yo, man, I don't see nobody beating Bud. Now, this is coming from someone who totally believed that Errol Spence Jr. was going to dominate Terence Crawford. And even on social media, people thought that Errol Spence Jr. would dominate Terence Crawford because Crawford is coming from 135. You got me? He went up, he became a champion at 135, went up to 140, became undisputed, then he moved up 147. Errol Spence Jr. always been bigger, and he came down in weight. You got me? And he's been dominant at 147. Now, Crawford got hurt by Gamboa. Crawford got knocked down by Mean Machine. So Mean Machine and Gamboa, according to social media logic, everybody on social media is like, look, Gamboa could beat Errol Spence. Mean Machine could beat Errol Spence. I'm like, what? So like I said, once again, I have never seen Errol Spence Jr. that weak, and I have never seen Terence Bud Crawford that strong, because he got hurt by Gamboa. The smaller guy, super small guy, got hurt by Gamboa. He got knocked down, hurt by Mean Machine. And those, Errol Spence would destroy those individuals. So I'm not understanding how, he just became so powerful, but so it must have been something wrong. But then if you say something was wrong, then people would be like, yo, don't try to make no excuses. So then I'm like, okay, I don't make no excuse then. It's like, yo, what's going on? Gamboa's gonna beat Errol Spence Jr.? You know what I'm saying? It's like, anyway, it was just crazy. You know what I'm saying? I'm just glad that when people have these arguments with me, then they can't say that I didn't say that Bud was number one. I thought he was more skilled. I thought that Errol Spence Jr. and Bud Crawford, I thought it was going to be a match of skill. And I thought that since Bud Crawford was consistently having to showcase his skill, that he would showcase his skill in this match with Errol Spence Jr. But he was bulldozing Errol Spence Jr. He was way stronger than Errol Spence Jr. He was pushing Errol Spence Jr. back. He was knocking him down with what appeared to be a weaker jab. You know what I'm saying? Like he just was way stronger. He just looked like a monster in there. You know what I'm saying? Hey, he became the real Mean Machine. Do you feel what I'm saying? Holla at your peoples. Of course you do. But anyway, you know what I'm saying? Kenny Porter's unwavering faith in Terence Bud Crawford should remind you to believe in yourself and believe in the ultimate key to success. And the ultimate key to your success is your effort, your energy, your consistency. You got what I'm saying? And you already know, in the world of sports and beyond, having someone in your corner who believes in your ability, when I tell you, that can propel you to greatness. So whoever you around, whoever you associate with, I need you to believe in their greatness, because Kenny Porter's confidence in Crawford's unbeatable spirit should encourage us all to find a champion within ourselves. You got a champion that lives in your mind, and I'm telling you, you can achieve. You can achieve even when people say you can't. You can achieve the impossible. People be throwing hate on you all the time, but I know you can achieve. Don't even listen to what they say. You got to do what you know that you are designed to do. You know what you're destined to do. And don't forget what you are destined to do, because sometimes we get discouraged. And sometimes when you get discouraged, you are willing to listen to people who don't believe in you. So you got to believe in yourself more than everybody believes in you. Do you feel what I'm saying? I mean that right there. You know what I'm saying? So the lesson here, though, is simple. You know what I'm saying? Believe in yourself like Kenny Porter believes in Terence Bud Crawford. You know what I'm saying? When you have faith in your abilities and you have a relentless drive to achieve your goals, I'm telling you, you become a monster. You become unstoppable. Because just think about Terence Bud Crawford. He been the smaller guy all his life. People always been counting him out. And guess what he do? He keep rising to the top, keep rising to the occasion, because he has total belief in his own ability. You feel what I'm saying? And that's where the success is. The success is not getting your hand raised and getting some belts. The success is the unshakable belief that you have in yourself. So believe in yourself even when nobody believes in you. Love yourself even when you feel like you alone and nobody else loves you. It's okay. You got to love yourself. You got to want greatness for yourself, and you got to go out there and get it. You got to take it. You understand what I'm saying? You got to take it. You got to take your own greatness. So anyway, Crawford's journey to greatness, as seen through Kenny Porter's eyes, should inspire you to pursue your dreams with unwavering determination, no matter how insurmountable the odds are. Even if everything is stacked up against you, I don't care what's going on. You can make it, man, and you gotta believe it. You gotta wake up every day believing in yourself. Who cares what other people say? You believe in yourself. This is Power Ground Boxing, reminding you to stay on the ground. We out of here. Peace.